Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we have this classic Ford Fiesta. A bit of a backstory on this car. It's a H-Reg, so I believe its production is 1990, so it's actually a year older than me. It's also in a lot better condition than I am. The car is a two-owner car I believe, and it's done about 42,000 miles. Condition wise it's not too bad. I believe it's been garaged all of its life, and although it's had a bit of paintwork on some of the arches, it's not in too bad condition. I believe this will be the first time this car's ever been detailed. The entire car, including wheel arches, is covered in Auto Bright Direct citrus wash at a 50:1 ratio. I've done this to help soften the embedded dirt. Because of the sun, I've then covered the entire car with Auto Bright Direct Jelly Bean Snowflake. The reason why I've done this is to help ensure that the pre-wash doesn't dry onto the vehicle, and it also gives it a longer dwell time. This will help it cut through and break down some of the dirt and the grime more than it would do if you just sprayed and rinsed. I've then rinsed down the entire car before agitating, in the hope that some of the dirt will be dislodged prior to any contact with the car. I've got links to Autobright's products on Amazon in the description below, so if you're considering trying them out or just need anything to top up, check out the links. These are sold by Autobright themselves and not a reseller. You can also get some better prices through Amazon than if you went direct to them. Now, onto agitating, and as you'll see there's plenty of ingrained dirt. Some of the areas were treated sort of up to 3 or 4, maybe even 5 times in an effort to dislodge it. Citrus wash was used here at a stronger dilution ratio of 30:1 in an effort to break through the dirt easier, along with a stiffer brush and a foaming trigger head on the bottle. Wheels were then cleaned using Autobright's wheel and tyre cleaner at a 20:1 ratio. The tyres were then cleaned using a stiff brush, and then onto the faces of the hubs. They were rinsed down, and I've applied Autobright's Purple Rain iron and fallout remover. After some dwell time, the product was then worked in with a stiff brush to help work the product further into any other ingrained bits of iron or fallout. The car was then given its first contact wash. Here I've used Autoglim's Trade Pure Shampoo. This doesn't have any gloss enhancers or any wax in it, so it's a completely pure shampoo. I tend to use 2 different wash mitts, a softer nude one for the upper parts of the car, followed by a red microfiber one for the bottom. do this because it helps me differentiate exactly which wash pad, microfiber, mitt, whatever you want to call it, is for which part of the car. The car was then rinsed down and I've applied Purple Rain to the entire bodywork. I've done this as I have no idea what condition the paintwork is in. Then use a small microfiber applicator pad to help work the product into the bodywork further. This is then rinsed off. The next stage was to tackle what little tar there was on the car. Again, I've gone over the entire car just to make sure if there is anything I haven't seen or that I've missed, that we get it. There were a couple of stubborn spots down towards the lower parts of the car, so these were hit multiple times. Following the next rinse, the whole car, including the glass, was clay barred. This is to ensure that any remaining contaminants were removed from the bodywork and the glass prior to the next stages. I've used this one in particular since I didn't want to machine polish afterwards, so with this fine version there was no need to. It won't mar the paint, and this was used with Autobrite's Berry Blast lubrication product. I tried to ensure straight motion with the clay, either forward and back or side to side, not using any circular motions as this could inflict a swirl. Next stage was to snow foam and quickly wipe over the car with a wash mitt to remove any traces of the previous stages. Moving on to the drying, and today I've decided to use my Big Boy Blower Pro. This tool is absolutely amazing, and if you're thinking of getting one, whether it's this brand or another one, I would say go and get one. I wouldn't be without mine. I'm using Autobrite Direct's Enhanced Polish, as this will help remove some of the light oxidization on the panels and also remove any minor or very light scratching. It's a simple wipe over and buff off product. Next step is then to apply Autobrite's panel wipe to ensure the surface is ready for the final stage. So this is where things got complicated. The weather wasn't playing ball. I had 2 showers, so I had to blow dry the car twice and then panel wipe again. I lost about half an hour due to this. The next frustrating problem I had was the original plan was to apply Fuso Coat. This was to ensure that maintenance washing was easy and to give it, a good level of gloss and protection, particularly throughout the winter. But on most panels, particularly the ones that were original and hadn't had any paint, you couldn't actually see the wax because there was still oxidization in them, almost like a layer of dead skin. So if I'm honest, you couldn't actually tell where the wax had been applied. So as I was losing time, I decided to apply Autobrite Direct's Seal instead. It's an absolutely fantastic product. It's a simple spray on and rinse off product. It will give you up to 3 months protection. It adds a nice level of gloss and shine to the paintwork and also a good level of protection going into the winter. After speaking with the owner, the plan will be to machine polish it next year, and I believe the level of gloss will be incredible, particularly when that top layer of dead paintwork, or dead skin, whatever you want to call it, is sort of removed from it. The trim itself was in pretty dire need of rescuing, so I've opted for my favourite dressing, Auto Bright Direct's Abyss. This was applied liberally, and then about 10 minutes or so later buffed back to remove the excess that hadn't soaked into the trim pieces. Finally, the tyres were dressed using Geon's Tyre Express, which for me is my absolute favourite tyre dressing at the moment due to the ease of application and the minimal sling. At this point the heavens opened again, so I had to try and quickly get the interior done. Due to the rain and losing time, I didn't film this, but nonetheless the car came up great and the owner was really pleased with it. It will be back on the channel next year for some paint correction. I've got almost all the products used in today's video in the description below. Some of these links will give me a small amount back if you purchase, but this helps me invest back into the channel. Again for watching, and see you on the next one. We have some more interesting cars coming on soon, Toyota Supra and a Lotus Elise.